Blitz preview show alongside Chris Fisher. I'm Matt Lincoln.
Throughout the show, we'll go all over the Eastern Carolinas, covering some of the best area football teams.
And we'll start right here at Myrtle Beach, where the Seahawks have enhanced Doug Shaw Stadium, adding a new field turf and making it one of the premier places to play football in South Carolina.
And Myrtle Beach is hoping their new home digs can help deliver them a state title. They fell short last season. But here's a look at 3 teams that were able to capture the state title last year. For 14 seasons, Coach Darrell Page exited the final game hanging his head until last year, when he could proudly point to the sky and give thanks above for those players who so passionately earned Wilson this state title. 14 of those blessings are back in the purple and gold, led by a duo of quarterbacks Richard Q and Malik McCall. The Tigers' sights are set for a trip to Death Valley for back-to-back championships.
Something we waited for a long time, but we can't rest on the laurels of last year. This is a new year, 08, new opportunity, so we're treating it as such.
We got a lot of seniors coming back, and that's what we're going to do our dominating at.
Chesterfield was able to get revenge against Carver's Bay and capture the state title at the same time. Steve Tannehill's Golden Rams believe another title run is in the cards. The Rams returned 16 starters from a year ago, including speedy quarterback Akeem Johnson and all the linebacking core and secondary.
You know, last year in the state championship game, we started 9 sophomores, so those kids are used to what we're doing. I think they still want to win and be competitive, and I think we've set a high standard the last 2 years, and we talk about it every day. You know, everybody, doing their part to keep that going. So I don't think that's a tough part. We just got to stay hungry.
From Chesterfield down Highway 9 to Cheraw, the Braves Nation is looking to expand its territory.
We did it as a team. Let's go out there and play. Look what we got across our chest. Let's play that kind of football, baby.
Williams-Brice has been known as Micklejohn East. Now Johnny White's team wants to take over Memorial Stadium, with possibly the most dynamic backfield in South Carolina. Travis Small, Montrell Evans, and Kenyatta Gary will put Cheraw on their backs as they make a run at a three-peat.
You know, I think that they feel like we've got a chance, and you know, as I tell them, there are no guarantees. But you know, we got a good core returning players, and we got some newcomers that may make the mark, and we're just going to have to roll it out there and see what happens.
I think our chances are real great. We have some returners on defense and offense as well. Got a couple of wrinkles in some spot, but it shouldn't be no problem to fill up. I think that we'll be a good competitive team, and we'll go out and compete like we always do.
Well, as Cheraw tries to make its way to a three-peat, they will have a different path to a state championship berth. It's an even year, and realignment has not done the Braves any favors. Now they play Mullins, Loris, and this school, Aner, all which reside more than an hour drive away. Let's take a look at the new 2A Region 8. It should be a 2-horse race between the Braves and Dillon Wildcats. Central Pageland moves into Region 4 with Lee Central and teams from Columbia. Staying in 2A, Region 7 is also vastly different. Waccamaw and Kingstree used to be with Dillon, Marion, and Mullins. Now they are with Andrews, Manning, Timberland, and Hanahan. In 3A, one big difference to speak of, Lake City joins the beach schools. Leaving Wilson and Marlborough Counties region, the Panthers take the place of the departed Carolina Forest.
Realignment brings us here to Carolina Forest, where the Panthers had their second most successful season last year in 3A. But now they take the jump to 4A, and Coach Drew Hummel knows just because they're the new kids on the block, no one's going to take it easy on them. Including their neighbor Conway, who thumped the Panthers 41-14 last year in their lone 4A contest. Carolina Forest returns 9 starters from that team and will break in a new quarterback this season in junior Matt Jolly.
You know, it's going to be tough. Our conference is tough. We've got good people in there, and nobody's going to feel sorry for you. You got to go out and you got to get it done, and so we've got to find some answers, and we've got to find some things to do to be competitive in 4A.
Moving up to 4A because we don't have as much depth as some of their teams might set us back a little bit, but I believe that we're ready to go.
Now that they're in a region, and then we're playing them in the last game, and that adds everything up a little bit. Another thing you're going to see is we're going to be competing with them in other sports as well for region titles and that type of things, and those other sports lend to your rivalries in football.
Coming up, we'll break down the offensive and defensive players to watch for 2008, plus tell you how teams figured out their QB controversies this offseason. The Blitz Preview Show rolls on after this.